Welcome to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I am the Lone Ranger. They call me that because I arrange loans. That's what I do. Loans for people that want to buy or refinance a home, invest in real estate, maybe buy that vacation home. Maybe you're a first-time home buyer and you need some guidance. Let's not get caught up in all the hype. Let's just deal with the reality. So we got a lot of things to cover on this show today. I want to talk about what is the sentiment of the market now that Trump has been nominated president, and what will change likely moving ahead. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about refinancing right now as well. I'll get to that in just a minute. But for all of you that have been looking for rates to drop to refinance, don't do anything till you hear what I have to say about refinancing. So we're going to want to catch up on that a little bit later in the show. I want to talk about what interest rates are doing. What are they expected to do in the future? And can we expect some improvement in the market? Then what is the future of the Fed rate? Is the Fed going to cut more Fed rates? I believe they are. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but how that might impact you as a consumer, whether you're looking to purchase or refinance. You see, a lot of people have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for interest rates to drop just so they could purchase a home or refinance. Well, is this a right time to do that? Or should we hold off a little bit longer? So let's dive deep into that right now. When it comes to purchasing a home, I do believe that you can't time the market, because if you wait for rates to drop, you're waiting for home prices to go up, right? So it's natural. When rates drop, more people enter the market and home prices go up, and they go up sharply. We're expected to see quite an increase in appreciation in the next coming year or so. So you're going to see that. But when rates really do hit those fives, you're going to see just a surge in the market. And you've got to be ready for that. So if you're looking to buy a home, if you're looking to purchase a home right now, I'm going to encourage you to do it before the rates get any lower. They're still not bad, okay? I'm not going to tell you they're great. They're not bad. They're in the mid sixes for most of you. Some of you might be able to get into the low sixes or high fives. Some might be in the high sixes or low sevens. It just depends on your credit score, depends on your circumstances. But don't you want to know what your options are? Don't you want to know how to obtain the best possible interest rate? You know, people ask me that. Hey, Bruce, what's your rate? I don't know. What's your score? How much you putting down? What type of house do you want to buy? It's all different. Every one of those factors plays into what your interest rate's going to be. And most of it has to do with your credit score. So the better your score, the better your rate. Now, as a direct lender, the largest retail lender in the country, CrossCountry Mortgage, we have the most buying power. So we trade so much money and we originate so many transactions on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis that we have become the largest. That gives us a great deal of buying power. But you know what? We don't operate like a big company. We really don't. I mean, you got the Lone Ranger here. I'm very autonomous in the way I operate my cross-country branches. So I'm the Lone Ranger. Everything's branded with the Lone Ranger. And I treat this as a mom and pop shop. I really do. I don't want to be a Wells Fargo. I don't want to be a Rocket Mortgage. I want to be the guy you can count on, that you're going to get the best possible terms of your loan. That's all I care about. I don't care about being the biggest. I care about being the best. And that's what we've done here at CrossCountry Mortgage. If you're looking for a mortgage to purchase, refinance, home equity line, construction perm, renovation loan, you name it, I got it. We're going to talk a little bit more in the show about what type of programs are popular right now, what type of programs we're bringing to the market. And we are blazing some trails on some of this stuff. So I first want to, though, really reach out to the folks that have been waiting for refinances, okay? So if you're looking to refinance and you are right on the verge of being in trouble financially, meaning that you're struggling to pay your bills, there's no money left at the end of the paycheck, but you've got a bunch of equity in the house, I want you to call me now so we can fix it. Because if you have one late payment, I mean one late payment on anything, I don't care if it's a $5 payment on an Amazon card. If you're late, it's going to affect your credit and it could keep you from doing anything. And I've got a client right now. I feel really bad for them, but they got themselves, and unfortunately he lost his job. Okay, great family, love this family, has a new baby. Okay, beautiful baby. They've been to my house before at Cookies and Milk with Santa. I've done at least 2 mortgages for this family, but he lost his job. He had a good paying job, could not find a job even remotely close to the amount of money that he was used to making. And he started to get behind in his bills, but he was paying them and they were all being paid on time, but he's using all of his savings to do this. He's using all of his savings. So, I'm like, well, you can either sell the house, but you don't have a job, so you can't refinance. You can't refinance when you don't have a job. So now he doesn't have a job and he's getting himself into a pickle to where he can't get a home equity line of credit to pay anything off because he doesn't have income. So don't get yourself in that position. Be prepared for those things. Preparation is everything. So if he's late on one thing and then he gets a job and then wants to refinance, he's not going to be able to do it because his credit's going to be tarnished. Like one late payment on a small credit card or car loan or anything could cost you 100 points in your credit score. And you have to remember that lenders aren't going to do mortgages for people that had recent late payments. If you had late payments in the past, a year ago, 2 years ago, we can work with that. But when you are currently late or making late payments presently, you're not going to get a mortgage because you're not making your payments on time. So now, if that's you, you need to call me so we can fix this. We've got to fix it. We've got to get you in a position so that you can afford to buy a home. Because if your credit's tarnished that bad, some of these apartment complexes, they're not even going to rent to you. And that's going to be a problem. You want the Loan Arranger? Check me out on Facebook. You can check me out on YouTube. You can go to my Facebook page if you want to look at my podcast, or go to my YouTube channel. It's Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger is my YouTube channel. Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger. Check that out. You can see this show live and in person. Or you can do X, which is at CrossCountry WP, excuse me, for Winter Park. Or Facebook is the Woodburn team at CrossCountry Mortgage, and Instagram is at Woodburn team. I know that's a mouthful. So you can go to my website and you can get all my contact information. Or you can watch this on Spotify or iHeartRadio, either one. And you can listen to it on those podcasts or watch it on YouTube. So listen, I want to talk a little bit about the folks that are thinking about refinancing that should not. And I'm telling you, don't refinance right now. If you're just looking for rate reduction, if you're looking for debt consolidation, or you need money to pay something off, you've got to do home renovations, or you've got to just pay off all your credit card debt, then call me now. Tampa, 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009, or WeBringYouHome.com, or Orlando area, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313, or WeBringYouHome.com. Any number will work for me. These are direct numbers. These do not go to a call center. I don't have a call center. I know my corporate office does. I don't. So all the calls get funneled through to my team, and I talk to every client that I do a mortgage for. So you're always going to get my advice, 2 cents worth, whatever it's worth to you, you're going to get it, because I'm going to make sure that you always are making the right choice when it comes to making a decision to buy a home and getting a mortgage. So we want to make sure we explore all of your options. Again, Tampa, 813-213-4009. or WeBringYouHome.com, Orlando, 407-706-3313, or WeBringYouHome.com. All right, so now, if you're looking to refinance just to lower your payments and your rates, here's what I'm going to suggest you do. Particularly if you're a veteran or you have an FHA loan, do not change the channel, because you are being preyed upon right now by USAA, by Veterans United, by these big VA companies that are after the veterans to do a rate reduction refi. And listen, we can all save you money right now. If your rate is in the high 6s or 7s, I can save you money. Don't do it yet. I want you to apply for your mortgage at WeBringYouHome.com. I want you to call or text me. I will get your loan set up. I have a list of I'm up to about 375, 380 people that want to refinance, but it's just not right. And Rocket's telling them to do it now. Veterans United's telling them to do it now. Their credit unions tell them to do it now. Why would I tell you not to do it now? Because I'm going to give you the real information, because they don't know. Matter of fact, ask your banker, why are interest rates higher now after the Fed dropped the Fed rate? And call me back and let me know what their answer was, because I don't think most of them understand the dynamics as to why interest rates are up versus down after a Fed cuts the Fed rate twice. We've had 3/4 of a rate cut since September 18th, and interest rates are higher than they were before the rate cut. Why? Why is that? You've got to know why. And I'm going to tell you why a little bit later in the show. So then you can have these conversations with your friends and family so they understand, because most people don't understand that. It's just like your credit score. You call me up and you go, yeah, I got an 800 credit score. I pull it up. No, it's 750. Still a good score, but it's not 800. Why? Because the credit scores you're getting from Credit Karma or Equifax or one of them, they are not including everything on your credit. And their algorithms are different. Even if you got Equifax, when I pull up Equifax, it's going to be a different score, because we use mortgage scoring models and you're getting a consumer scoring model, which is always going to be about 35 points higher than what a mortgage company is going to pull up. Now, you want to get your loan applied for, but you're afraid that I really don't want my credit to be affected. I'm not going to affect your credit one bit, not negatively. That would hurt me and you. So I'm not going to do that. So we're going to start off with a soft credit pull. If you need an FHA loan and you need an approval, we can't do a soft pull when it comes to writing that pre-approval, but we can get you all set up with the soft credit pull. All of my folks that are lined up for refinances, I've got their pay stubs, their tax returns for self-employed people, their W-2s, their bank statements. I've got everything all ready to go. So when that rate drops, we're able to lock it in for them. But what happens is many of you are going to procrastinate and you're going to wait for the rate to drop. And by the time you lock your rate in, it's going to be back up again. So don't do that. Don't fall for it. Let somebody help you that's willing to say, don't do it today. Go to WeBringYouHome.com, finish the application. I'll follow up with a phone call. I'll get your big why from you. So why you want to do this, what your main goals are. And then we'll get this thing going in the right direction. But don't get fooled by big business that tells you that they can save you money right now. Anybody can on a refinance, but you can only refinance a VA loan on a rate reduction refinance every 241 days. Well, if rates are down in 200 days and they only stay down for 10, 15 days, you missed it. You completely missed it. So don't get caught up in that. It's a scam, and they believe it or not, I'm sorry, veterans, and you think USAA and all those are all about the veteran. They're all about the profits. I can tell you that. So most of them aren't going to tell you what I tell you. I'm telling you to hold off, but let's get your file ready to go. WeBringYouHome.com. Again, if you're debt consolidation, you can call me now. Now let's switch gears and talk about those that own a home already. You've got a great interest rate on your house, but you want to buy another one. You had a baby. You got a job. The house is too small. You want that to be a rental and you want to buy another primary. Listen, don't wait. Those are the folks that don't need to wait. And why? Because rates aren't that bad. Okay. They're pretty good. They're better than they were. So let's get you locked in on a great rate and get you out there to find a home. Now, why a purchase? Yes. And a refi? No. Because when rates drop, housing prices go up and you will net the same payment. So don't do that. I'll refinance you later. I don't charge any lender fees when I refinance my current clients. I don't charge them. So you got no lender fees whatsoever. And any other closing costs that might pertain are wrapped into the new loan. So don't wait. Let's buy now. Now, if you are looking and want to get into the market, here's the steps. Get your application made. We can take it in person, over the phone, or you can apply online. Either way works for me. I'm all about personalized service. So if you want to come in and make your application, come on in and make your application. I do it every day. I meet with clients every day. So you want to do it that way, we can do it that way. I prefer that you start online and then come in so that we're not starting from scratch in a meeting, because otherwise you want to take a meeting that could be 20 minutes to a half an hour and you're going to turn it into 2.5 hours. So don't do that. Finish the application online, then come in and see me and we'll get everything put together and structured. We bring you home